Hey, I'm Joe Connolly with Emanuela DeFalco, who in a very short time has built a very successful business in a very competitive field, cosmetics. Whatever those are, they look
Yes,
beautiful,
oh, thank you so
Emanuela.
much. Yes.
What are those?
Okay, so we have blush, a few eyeshadows, my new lip oils that just launched. So we have a full range of products. And this is one of my brands. I have 5.
And did you started out as a makeup artist, and now you're a makeup company?
Right. So after I graduated college, I graduated with marketing communications, and I just could not hold like a 9 to 5. I was like, I felt like trapped almost. And so I told my parents I wanted to go to cosmetology school and be a makeup artist. So I freelanced for a while. I got over it super quick, and I was like, I want to start my own makeup line.
And what was the first thing that you did to do that?
So it was about like 5 Halloweens ago, I would say, and I was doing like this really cool like broken doll look, and I really wanted like a blue lipstick, which was super random. Social media wasn't that big back then. It wasn't like I could hashtag blue lipstick and like find it. So that's when I said to my sister, who happens to be a chemist, will you make me a blue lipstick? She did. I wore it out, and I got so many compliments. Like, where'd you get your lipstick? Where'd you get your lipstick? And I was like, I made it. And they were like, are you selling it? And I was like, no, but I will now. And then I called my dad. I asked him for $10,000, and I started Dirty Little Secret, which was my first brand.
What a great story.
Thank you.
Your sister is a chemist for a big pharmaceutical company or something?
No, she literally was like just graduated chemistry school. Now she actually teaches science. But
what a happy coincidence, though, that she
yeah,
was able
oh yeah,
to
I
make
got very
this
lucky.
for you.
Yes, I got very lucky. Yeah, we just put like blue food dye in the lipstick. I sent it to a manufacturer, and I told them to send me samples, like duplicating it. And I started with that blue lipstick 5 years ago.
And on that Halloween night, when you were starting to get response, did you immediately know, I want to do this?
You know what it was? I was so just in a position where I just needed to figure out what I wanted to do with my life that I just, like, the idea came to me like this. I mean, it was as quick as me calling my dad and being like, I want to start a makeup line. He had never heard me talk about it before. I'd never discussed it before about wanting to start one. And he was just so happy that I actually had like drive that he happily loaned me the money. And I paid him back within like 2 weeks.
And so the first product was the blue lipstick?
The first product was the blue lipstick.
And how did you get your first sale? How did you
Through
get
social
it out
media.
there?
Through social media. Yeah, so I had about 12,000 followers at the time, which again was like 5 years ago, which was big for how small it was. And I had 12,000 followers. I ordered 12,000 pieces, and I just sold through social media, which I still do now.
Well, you're a long way from blue lipstick here.
I am, yeah.
So what is this?
Okay, so this is a lip oil. This is a brand new product. I'm really proud of these because these not only they hydrate, they moisturize, but they also decrease the look of fine lines and wrinkles in your lips. So they're just hydrating. The color is just for fun. I mean, they don't show up pink or anything like that, but it hydrates and moisturizes, especially in the winter when you're super dry. You want to take care of your lips.
Now, how do you sell that? How do you sell now, having started social media?
Yeah, everything is totally online. And then we also are in all the big subscription boxes. So if you have ever heard of a subscription box before, I'm sure you have.
Birchbox.
Yeah, Birchbox, BoxyCharm, Ipsy, BeautyCon, Lip Monthly. I mean, you name it, one of my brands is in it. Glossybox. I'm in Europe. I'm in US. I'm all over the place.
What advice do you give to somebody who'd love to get into a subscription box, whatever industry they're in? How did you get into these subscription boxes? Tell us how.
So I got really lucky. I hate saying that because I know I try to give advice whenever I can, but people are always like, oh, how did you make your first break into Ipsy, which is, they have 5 million subscribers. I mean, they're huge. I sell over 3 million pieces of product a year, so it's pretty big. So I always tell, when they ask me, like, how do you get in? I'm like, they found me on social media. I mean, I hate to say that, but it was 5 years ago, and it was small, and they literally were like, that was how I paid my dad back, actually, because I had bought the 12,000 lipsticks. I got the $10,000 from him, and then 2 weeks later, I had a 100,000 piece order from Ipsy. Once I was in Ipsy, because they are the biggest subscription service, everyone just started, like, coming, because they're all competitive, of course. So if they have me in their bag, another box is going to want to have me in their bag. So that's how they stay competitive. So they all like using the same brand.
What, Emanuela, are your one or two suggestions for people in whatever business they're in to use social media as you have done so well? What's the key?
I think just consistency. I mean, I am posting nonstop. It's probably annoying at some point, but just be really consistent and have good content. So, I mean, if you're posting something that people want to see, I mean, obviously the beauty industry is huge. There's tons of competition, but if you post pictures that are a little bit outside the box, I mean, I would just say be consistent with it and stick with it.
Which is the most effective social media for you?
The most effective, Instagram. For sure, yeah, because you can boost posts and you can, you know, pay, I guess, like $20 and that'll go to like 5,000 to 8,000 people who like the category. So definitely Instagram. Everything links to Instagram, so whatever I post on Instagram immediately links to my Twitter and my Facebook. So I just all gather it into one.
Do you have employees or part-time employees or contractors? Tell us about the business of your business.
Yeah, so it's funny because we're very successful. So people would think I had like so many employees. I mean, if you looked at it from the outside, we're selling 3 to 5 million pieces of product a year. So you would think I would have these employees, but I have my mom, my dad, my uncle, my sister, and that's it. I have 4 total.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's very humbling to be able to employ your family. Not that they needed it because I mean, my dad's an entrepreneur by trade. He has his own businesses. My mom works with my dad. My sister's still a teacher, but it's nice to be able to provide comfort in that, like, if they didn't want to, if my sister didn't want to teach anymore, like, she wouldn't have to.
It almost seems like you have plowed in here, it seems to me, that almost without the big companies trying to knock you out of the way. It's almost like you're finding your own way in. You're not, it's almost like you're not competing head on with them. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't think they're scared of me. I don't know why, but I think because I'm an indie brand. I mean, we're not owned by L'Oreal. We're a small brand. I mean, I don't need to be huge. I would obviously love to be in retail. I would love to be in Sephora. I'd love to be in Nordstrom and everything, but I don't need to. Do you know what I mean? So L'Oreal and them, they're not looking at me as competition because I'm solely online. I'm not taking up space in retail stores. So
that's what would really drive them nuts is when you say, I don't need to be in Nordstrom.
No, I don't.
They don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah. I would love to, but it's not necessary.
So where will you go? Will you try to get into Nordstrom? Where do you go from here?
I would love to be in Sephora, but it's just, that's just a whole nother demon, like to do retail and have to deal with, like, you know, damages and like stolen products, and I just have too much going on that I just don't, I think I'm okay where I am, and yeah, I'm like comfortable. But my next, if I had to push forward, which in a couple years I will try to get into retail, and maybe Ulta or like CVS.
What a wonderful story, and you're clearly so happy with this and satisfied with it to this point, which probably means you'll just do more. You'll get into Nordstrom when you get around to it.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Thanks, Emanuela,
Thank you so
very much.
Thank you
for
so
enthusiasm and story. Thanks.
Thank you.